trying to understand why my daughter would do that, would think that low of me. And I'm a good person to all of my kids and my grandbabies. I take care of them. I give them whatever they need. And I don't want nobody doing nothing to them. That's why I'm there for them, to protect them.
Kathy told me that Shay said I had touched my granddaughter. I called Shay back. She cusses me out. She's supposed to have said, Paw touched my private. Paw made me touch his wing. My granddaughter doesn't talk like that, so I'm trying to figure out where she's getting this kind of conversation from. Basically, I think Shay's been putting this in her head. I went down to the detective's office to take a DNA test. They wanted my DNA because I was told that she had blood in her underwear. I did the DNA. They didn't want to, they act like they wouldn't want to give me a lie detector test. I tried to force them to give me one. They still wouldn't give me one. I haven't talked to Shay because she's aggressive. She's been on social media saying that I touched my grandbaby. Her mother let me touch the grandbaby. She didn't do nothing about it, and she's let me get away with anything. Well, Mercedes is my youngest daughter. She's 21, she's a wonderful person. She know I haven't touched my grandbaby, but she's not gonna go between neither one of us. She's just here, she wanna know, I wanna know, everybody wanna know. I've been a good parent to my kids. I'm not a monster. I will not touch babies, and whoever touches babies needs to be stopped. My daughter Shay needs to know that I love her. I'm not mad. I don't blame you for going where you're going, but you're taking it too far without evidence. So we're here to make things right.
Basically, I found my daughter's underwear in the laundry room, I'm sorry. And I was just thinking like, what happened to her, you know? So I went up to her and I asked her, I said, what? I showed her the underwear and she's like, that's and I'm like, no, that's blood, baby. I'm like, that's blood. So she's like, I said, has anybody been touching you? So she's like, no, I can't tell. You don't need to know. So I said, what do you mean I don't need to know? Like, you need to tell me what's going on with you so that it won't happen again. So it took like about an hour maybe to get it up out of her. So I asked her, I said, so where were you? So she said, over my mama Pawpaw house. So I said, so did your Pawpaw touch you? She turned away and she started crying real bad. So I said, you can tell me you will not get in trouble. And she's like, yeah, he touched me. So I said, where did he touch you at? She said, in my private area. And so I said, where was your mama? She said she was in a room asleep. So she said, so I said, did anything else happen? Like, what else did he do to you? So she said, oh. And like for her to say something like that, it was just like, really? So I instantly called the police. They came and they took us to the hospital and stuff like that. And the children's service people, I talked to them and they examined her, everything looked okay. And they, you know, are investigating it now. So like a couple days later, I wasn't gonna say nothing to my mom because she don't really be having our back. She always takes his side. So when I called her.
And this is your biological father.
Yeah, and when I called her, I'm like, Mom, told me that my dad touched her in her private area. And her reactions was, I felt it and I knew it was something. So I kind of think, I'm looking like, what do you mean by that? So she hangs up and he calls me back. What did say? I said, she said that you touched her and I believe my baby because my baby is very close to my dad. Like from birth, she loves my dad. And then for her just be like, she came back home, I don't want to go back over there. I don't want to be with anybody else. I just want to be with you, Mama.
Make you think I would touch my grandbaby?
What you want to touch me?
Make you think
you
I would touch my baby?
You want to touch me? You need to shut up. I don't
take care of you.
My baby ain't gonna lie.
She don't talk like that.
She love you. My baby ain't never said like that. You
let the man lick your face.
Kids,
we gonna see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking right now, what I would like to do, I mean, we're not going to because the show's not about it, but I'd almost like to do a DNA test on you with her to see if you're her biological father. Because, and I say that because I can't wrap my mind around ever talking to my parents, and not saying you, Shay, but me talking to my daughter someday, like the way you two are talking, is like, holy, what happened
Let me
in this
explain
life?
this to you, Steve.
This family.
This young lady right here has a bad attitude. She drinks a lot. Can't nobody
Don't
talk to her.
worry about my drinking.
Nobody in the
I
whole
got an
family.
attitude because I was raised.
Period.
You weren't no good
I
father.
wasn't a good father.
Before I punch your
I
ass.
wasn't a good dude.
You
wasn't a
liar, you
good dude.
touched my
Wasn't
baby,
dude. I wasn't a good dude.
So
You
let me.
touched
I
her.
grew up.
She has this big problem with you,
Right.
but she sends her kid over to you a lot. Right?
My baby don't even want to be around her. None of them want to be around their parents. They want to be with me.
Right.
All 5 of my grandkids want to
And
be
you
with me.
never sexually assaulted her.
None of them.
Never
Nobody.
touched her. Now, she tells a story that you stuck your tongue in her mouth when she was 8
Why
years old.
shouldn't all of a sudden it's coming out? At 26, man?
I don't know.
All of a sudden it's coming out at 26.
You never did that.
Well, man, at 26, you want now?
You never did it.
No, my grandbaby been molested. This is the second time.
The one we're talking about today.
She said he probably did it that time.
So you believe that your granddaughter was sexually
I don't
molested?
think she been touched ever.
Oh, you don't believe she was ever touched?
She just her brain is messed
But
up.
why? That's what
I'm trying to tell you.
This is your daughter.
That's my baby. I named her.
Yeah.
I wanted her. We talked about these kids.
Okay, and now she's accusing you of one of the
some
worst things
crazy
that you
man,
can do.
This man tell me on a polygraph test, I come to listen for some other stuff. Here comes some new stuff. I don't even know what, I'm like, what?
Yeah, we're
I'm thinking about
thorough.
another.
We start asking about everything, man.
I start thinking like, wow, what's another question? Some more stuff? What are y'all talking about? That's nasty.
Why do you think that Shay is making these accusations?
I really don't know what's going on with her, but she has some kind of, to me, like a grudge against him or something, so I think that's more in with that too. And then a lot of her saying from when they were kids, he beat them. They were never beaten.
That's crazy.
Did your granddaughter ever come to you and say that anything happened to her?
No. And then my granddaughter doesn't even have that type of vocabulary.
You're saying that she never conveyed this in any
Never,
way,
ever.
shape, or form?
No shape or
Have
form.
you seen your granddaughter since this has all come about?
I've seen her, I'm gonna say like once maybe.
And did you ask her? Were you able to ask her?
She won't let me talk to her.
Shay won't let you talk to her.
Let me talk to her.
Do you think Shay is making up the story?
Real honestly, y'all need to stop, bro. This is hurting me, bro. Y'all bringing up stuff that involves the household. They don't need to know that. We here for other stuff. So therefore, can we get to the bottom of the truth? I'm not picking nobody's side. I don't know. I just want
Troy came here and took a lie detector test. He's accused of one of the worst things that you can do to a child, especially one of your own. Sexually molest one of your own blood, right? So Troy, you came here and you took a lie detector test. And we asked you, did you sexually molest your granddaughter? You answered no. The results for your lie detector test is that you, Troy, told the truth. Shay, you came here today and we asked you, did you make up the story that Troy sexually molested your daughter? You answered no. Did you coach your daughter to say that Troy sexually molested her? You answered no. The results for your lie detector test, the results came back the same to each question, and they came back that you, Shay, did not tell the truth.
That ain't right.
charges on you.
I would hope that you would let the guy be in your daughter's life. Come
After
on.
the police clear, and if they clear Shay,
And if you don't,
can't keep him away from
then,
this
then there's some.
nowadays.
If you don't, then there's something going on, and you're doing it for selfish reasons for yourself. But the fact is, this guy came on. I never believed that he did it. He passed the test. He did it with no deception. The only one who failed here for lying
I didn't
is
lie.
you.
So
You failed.
I probably failed about asking the question when I was under 18 before I touching on my
You-
baby, coaching my baby on that.
You know what?
Please,
You
I
came
don't
here
care.
for
I
the
don't
truth.
even want to talk
you came
about
here for the truth, and you got the truth.
it. It don't matter.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I hope that at some point she can move past
That's
this.
all we out here.
I'm going
Because,
to her. I'm
like
going
you
to her.
said,
I
the
love
only
my
thing you
baby.
have in this life is family,
I
right?
love my
Right.
baby. I'm
And
going to her.
if you don't have
I'm going
that,
to her.
you
I'm
got
going
nothing.
to her. I
You
got
got
to go
nothing.
to her. You
Right.
feel me? Steve?
And I
got to go
think
to my
whatever
baby.
mistakes you made in the past raising your kids,
I'm trying to
you're trying to
clean
make
it
up
up
with your
now. Right.
grandkids.
Yeah,
And I hope you get that chance
I want to.
with your
I
granddaughter.
love her. I love her. I love her. I love her. I'll be much
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming out. Oh, man.
right.
My name is Steve Wilkos, and I'm an investigative talk show host with a law enforcement background.
It was my life or his.
My job is to get truth and justice for everyday people. Watch our videos now.